And welcome back to part two. What if Naruto was a full Uzumaki with adamantine chains? Last time we set up the story, but there was a few things that got brought up in the story that, I were early enough that I can retcon a couple things. So, first of all, Kushina surviving. A lot of people said that Kushina would survived for a while, but still would have died because of the extraction. There's I can see where there's evidence for that, but there's also no evidence to actually confirm that because that wasn't how she died. She died because she got impaled, is what happened. But I can. Fair is fair because we've also seen other Jinchuriki have the extraction happen, and they have died from it. Like Yugato had all the Jinchuriki that the Akatsuki caught were killed from the extraction. But we know Uzumaki's life forces are a lot stronger, so they can actually survive the extraction. And we've never seen one actually die because of the extraction. Like when it happened with Naruto until Kurama was kind of reintroduced back into him. Like he was being kept alive, yes, but he was also in a very bad state physically too. So, for the sake of argument, let's say yes, she would have died from the extraction. But so the only way for her to survive would have been to put Kurama back into her. But here's the thing. In order for this to work, what other people have been saying, what some other suggestions saying that Minato would have lived, right out the gate, no, Minato still can't live through this. Why? Because, yes, he uses the 8 trigram seal to seal the fox into Naruto. Yes, but he has to use the Reaper Death Seal to split the fox's chakra, as has been brought up. Which means if he's using the Reaper's Death Seal, he's done. He's not making it out of here. And furthermore, in this version, he's not sealing it into him. He's sealing it back into Kushina. Now, that being said, because he would also probably be using a trigram seal on her because her seal got destroyed, it's being resealed into her. It's probably the same seal that Naruto has, which means it's a much more effective seal on her body, allowing Kurama's chakra to integrate within her chakra, just like with Naruto. So, unfortunately, no. For Kushina to live through this, yes, you could, and you might be saying, well, no, he's just going to put all of Kurama in her. He's just reseal the fox back into her. If the entire scenario hadn't happened and the fox just got out, I would believe that. I'd actually understand that. But the fact is, he sealed Kurama into Naruto because of his dealing with Obito, because there was someone that strong out there that was a threat, and he felt that his son would need the Nine Tails to combat that threat. If he didn't want to seal it into Naruto, he actually could have resealed it back into Kushina as they died. Well, no, that wouldn't have made sense because then the fox gets re-released, admittedly. But still, admittedly Naruto was the only one available. Although I believe Sarutobi did offer it himself, if I remember correctly, himself to be the Jinchuriki. So no, I think because he's kind of like seeding Naruto for the future of like fights that are coming, he's not going to. He's still going to seal it in Naruto. So instead of Naruto just having the Nine Tails, both Kushina and Naruto have half of the Nine Tails. Now, luckily, Kushina is such a master of seals because it's confirmed that Minato learned a lot about seals from Kushina, that she can probably, when she deems it right, give the other half to Naruto. She also has the positive half, the more friendly half of Kurama in her. So she probably has an easier time with that Kurama. Okay, so that brings that up. That brought that up. What were the other things? Oh, Kushina's strength. A lot of people kind of mentioned that she was actually she was roughly equal to Minato. Mind you, he was easily the faster of the two. He was probably more intelligent, had a better sense of combat, and as far as we know, Kushina does not know the Flying Raijin. Like, as far as we know, the only people alive who knew it were his royal guard. They had used it together. But is it possible she could learn it? I mean, it's not a sealing jutsu thing. It's a space-time ninjutsu. I don't know. That's the problem with that technique. It's a space-time ninjutsu where you put chakra markers on locations and teleport to them. It's a complicated jutsu. It really is. If there's anyone alive currently who could learn it, it would have been Kushina, we know it's the only jutsu I believe that the third Hokage didn't learn. Like, it was that complex of a jutsu. But Kushina being her wife, or his wife, being his wife and partner and a seal user, could possibly learn it. Um, Maybe Kakashi could have learned it, and that's a stretch, but maybe. But yeah, maybe down the road we can do something with that. But yeah, Kushina easily is apparently in the Kage level tier, and with Kurama in her, she's probably actually the strongest individual in the actual village, really, if she wanted to be. But she wouldn't be Hokage right now. Despite the fact that was her dream initially, she would not be Hokage right now. The reason when the Naruto survived video, he stayed Hokage is because he was already Hokage. Whereas here, Sarutobi might even offer her the position of Hokage, and she might say, "Well, I would, but I've got to raise it. I would." She, and this guy says, "So a woman can't have a job and be a mom?" So it's not the same scenario. Minato was already the Hokage. She's not already the Hokage. She's not going to take on the responsibility of the Hokage when she already has a newborn and a child to raise. But she does probably bring it up to her Hiruzen that when Naruto's old enough that it's not going to be a concern, and when you're ready to step down again, I'll take up the mantle. I will be Hokage. Now, that being said, does she get any stronger during like this 13-year time stretch? I'd say she doesn't. I mean, stronger than what she is, stronger than already having Kurama in her and stuff like that. I'd say she doesn't get any weaker. She does maintain her skills, even though she's a mom. She's just taking care of her kid, but she does maintain her skills at minimum, and she probably does train with trying to access Kurama's chakra at points. So now, and again, this is the more reasonable version of Kurama, so it's very possible that that I'm not saying she has chakra mode, but she can go into use tail beast modes like V1 cloaks and stuff like that without any real issue. Lastly, it's Makoto. I thought it was Mito. No, it's Makoto Uchiha. That is the name of Sasuke's mom. As you guys probably heard, I brought it up. I didn't forget about that relationship. But and to be very clear, Naruto and Sasuke would kind of be besties. They'd be having play dates, sleepover, whatever. They probably did train together. The Uzumaki and the Uchiha probably actually had a really good relationship with each other, but unfortunately, at least Makoto certainly did. But unfortunately, it wouldn't have been enough to stop the massacre, I think. The Uchiha were really marginalized. They were really felt like they were really, not belittled, that's not the right word, but they were really ostracized. They were really distrusted. I don't think Kushina being friends with them, the Uzumaki being there, would have been enough to stop the massacre from happening. Now, that being said, they probably know that Naruto has the Nine Tails. They might not know that Kushina also has the Nine Tails. And to be fair, Naruto's the better target. Unfortunately, also, they really are going to their coup d'etat really would involve catching Naruto and unleashing the Nine Tails, but they would have to get through Kushina. So they'd really have to put Kushina under a genjutsu fast. Otherwise, they are in serious shit. Because Kushina will literally tear them apart. Adamantine chain just slicing through them like a freaking thresher. So I still don't see the Uchiha massacre stopping. But Kushina adopting Sasuke? I'll say this. I'll say she makes the offer to Sasuke. She does. But I don't know if Sasuke would want that to happen. I don't. Like, maybe he lives with them for a while. But I think he actually wouldn't live with them for forever. I think he actually goes back because she's doing everything she can to temper the revenge in him, the hatred, so he doesn't go down the wrong path. And she's able to do some of that. Her and Naruto are able to curb some of the darkness in him. Absolutely they are. But like I said in the first chapter when she talks to Sasuke, like, don't you raise your voice to me. I know exactly what it means to lose everyone you love. I've lost my husband. I've lost my entire clan and family. So do not raise your voice to me, kid. But she also says, the anger you're feeling isn't bad. It's natural. But it's what you do next with that anger that's going to determine who you are going to be as a man, as a ninja, and as the last Uchiha. Um, so ultimately, yeah, I think he goes back to live on his own in the compound after a while. That's what he does. Though he's still regularly in contact with Naruto. They're still training together. They still hang out. Last but not least, someone brought up that Iruka and Mizuki were relatively even with each other, and that Iruka actually has the slight edge, but he had been injured protecting Naruto. I mean, either way, I still like the idea of Kushina kind of coming in and just wrecking his shit. But still, regardless, maybe Mizuki gets a little underhanded and tricks Iruka in a way that he wasn't prepared for. We really actually don't know how strong Iruka actually is. We know he's Chunin level, but the only real jutsu we know he actually knows is like barrier seals of some kind. So, yeah. Anyway, and again, Chunin level, but again, we don't know quite how strong he actually is. Um, so we're now finally at near 12 minutes into this series, going to part 2. Don't worry, I am going to go to about 30 minutes to make up for this. So after this is all said and done, they are getting ready for, becoming ninja. Naruto's passed, he's fine. And he gets his picture taken. Now, does he meet Konohamaru? He doesn't do the makeup. Actually, I can still see Naruto being a goof and still doing this, the makeup thing. It's like, ha ha! It's like an art project on my face. But, I got it. Take it again. Oh, come on! It's like, take it again. It's like, we cannot use this photo, Naruto. It's like, man, you're such a... All right, fine, I'll do it again. And that's when Konohamaru comes in. And, he trips over. You're the one who tripped me. You tripped over your own face. You tripped over your own, or you tripped over yourself, you stupid idiot. Stupid idiot. And, so he just gets in Naruto's face. Naruto, though, despite the fact he is no longer kind of like the hoodlum guy with a who doesn't give a rat's ass about authority. Like, he still doesn't love authority. He does not care about it, but he still does respect the third Hokage to whatever degree. He still would. I think he still would deck Konohamaru. It's like, you tripped over here. It's like, just like armed arrest. Believe it. You're not gonna hurt me because you're the third Hokage's grandson. It's like, I'm Naruto Uzumaki, which Konohamaru would know about the Uzumaki and realize, oh, yeah. Watch who you're talking. Like, maybe that's where he throws a little bit of hey, I'm Naruto Uzumaki. You think I give a damn about... No, it's probably not him throwing his clan's weight in his face. It's more like, I'm Naruto Uzumaki. You think I give a damn who your father is? And keep in mind, he doesn't say, I'm one of the last Uzumaki. He says, I'm Naruto, just stating who he is. And here's him just like, it's Konohamaru's like, wait, he's an Uzumaki? He's like, he's got you. Which hears and just like, he just gets like, yeah, you walked into this one, kid. It's like, bong, this guy's different. And then obviously, Konohamaru is, tries to get Naruto to, train him and say, ha! That's so lame. It's pathetic, Konohamaru. The truth, rumors about you are true. You are good. Now train me. You're going to be my sensei. You're going to teach me how to beat the old man. Because he isn't, Naruto doesn't know the sexy jutsu here. I don't see him knowing that at all. Because there's no reason for him to. Because Kushina would not have allowed that. So he's not, you're gonna have to show me the jutsu you used against the old man Hokage. No, he didn't do that. So ultimately, he's still interested in Naruto being an Uzumaki. It's like, you're an Uzumaki. I gotta learn something from you. He's like, no, I'm not gonna teach you anything. What do you mean? Well, come on, you got to. It's like, I don't have to do anything, kid. You're the one who got in my face. You're the one who needs to beat your dad. There's no easy ways to there's no easy path to being a ninja. So he ultimately, ultimately he's just ignoring Konohamaru, who's just not leaving him alone. He's like, fine, I'll teach you something. If you'll leave me alone, I'll teach you something. And so he teaches them the transformation jutsu more than anything else. He's not showing him the sexy jutsu, but he's at least showing him something. So he, they're not getting into trouble or anything. Naruto is just kind of showing him what he can. I'll show you this. And he goes, tats his finger. And I think, like I said, one of the seals I like the idea of is that they literally is a seal. If he puts chakra in, just makes ink come out of his hand so he can just go boom, like that. I think that's why the only seal users we've really seen are Kushina, Minato, and Jiraiya. And Danzo is a seal user. He's not a seal specialist, but he's really good with seals. Why Jiraiya didn't have that available, I don't know. That would be a really convenient. It's like, boop, ink, here we go. Or literally just have a seal on the tip of your finger. Seriously. I didn't even think about this. A little tiny seal on the tip of your finger. Naruto probably has this. He probably has these, and it probably doesn't show up unless he activates his chakra. It's probably invisible otherwise. So he just hold on, I'll show you this. Whoa, what's that? Oh, it's just a seal. Don't worry, I keep inking it. So I'm going to teach you how to do a barrier seal. It's a pretty easy thing to learn once you get it down. So he's showing him the methods, and eventually Konohamaru gets it down through their training. There's no easy way to be. There really isn't any easy way to be Hokage. Want to know what you're gonna have to do to be Hokage? What's that? You're gonna have to defeat me in battle. And then finally, Ebisu catches up with them. Now, keep in mind, Ebisu does not see Naruto as the nine-tailed fox, even though he's not everyone is aware here, as Danzo probably kept his mouth shut. But a lot of the upper ninja, like Jonin, all that, who were around during the time, probably know Naruto as the fox. Most of the civilians don't know. I think is reasonable. Most of them do not know. But the majority of, say, the upper ninja, even most of the Chunin probably have at least an idea. But regardless, so Ebisu knows, but he doesn't view Naruto as, he knows he has the nine-tailed fox, but he's Naruto Uzumaki. He's a respectable member of the village. He's part of he's part of Konoha royalty, really. And so it's Naruto, thank you for keeping an eye on young, keep in mind, when he heard he went with Naruto, he wasn't immediately Naruto, that's a disaster! He wasn't like that, but it's Naruto, I suppose that's not bad. I should still go find him, though. Well, hey, don't let me stop you. So, Ebisu is, looking, obviously, trying to eventually finds them. And it's Naruto, thank you so much for keeping an eye on the Honorable grandson. It was fine. He's not a bad kid once you get to know him. Indeed. Now come along, Konohamaru. You have much work to be doing. Am I supposed to? No, I'm staying with Sensei. Oh, Konohamaru, please. It's Lord Honorable Grandson. There's no reason for it to be like this. He's look, if he doesn't want to go with you, no, Naruto, I respect your opinion, but I am his sensei. Is that right? Really? You're kind of being a little forceful here. Now, come along, Honorable Grandson. No, just stay away. Stay away. And then he's about to get near Konohamaru, and Konohamaru said, I said stay away. Ninja art barriers, or whatever it's called, whatever the barrier seal would be. It's just a basic barrier seal I do where it's like a wall, more or less. Ha ha! It's and Ebisu means where did you learn that technique, Honorable Grandson? Naruto told me that. He's taught me. Wait, that was way more than you've been teaching me. And he's and Naruto is really hearing is this guy's being a little forceful, but Konohamaru, and he's not saying this out loud, you're being a little disrespectful to your teacher. You aren't even a Genin yet. You're not even in the academy yet. And to which, I must admit, I must admit that is impressive for you. Thank you, Uzumaki-san, for lending a technique to his aid. But unfortunately, Honorable Grandson, you still have a lot to learn when it comes to that. And for example, you need to be able to maintain a constant amount of chakra to keep that seal going. Well, unfortunately, and already your seal is wavering. I'm not done yet, though. Which actually, let's be very clear. The fact that Konohamaru, without even being a student, could just do an ninjutsu with transformation jutsu is actually very impressive. It actually goes to show how strong the Sarutobi were. Because we met like 3 different Sarutobi, technically 4. We only met his wife briefly, but we met 3 different Sarutobis, and we know there are actually more Sarutobis. But beyond that, the seal is only beyond this. This is really only good for as a bit of a defensive barrier seal, not a containment seal. Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what? It's like because honorable grandson, all I really need to do is and just walk around it. You still have a lot to learn. It's like, no, Naruto's going to teach me. He's going to be my sensei, right? To which Naruto finds like, Konohamaru, I can't be your sensei. Not full time anyway. I've got, and to which, and I don't think, by the way, Naruto would, like do the whole, like, I don't want to mess up my headband yet. No, he's still wearing his headband now. There's no, because I don't see any reason for him to not wear his headband in this version. I don't want to mess it up. Well, that's great, but, that's not the version we have here. So Naruto's like, no, what? But you already taught me what something. No, you need to look. I'm not saying this guy's perfect. I don't know him. It's like, perfect. Are you? Excuse me. Hey, I don't know you, so I don't know who you really, how good of a shinobi you really are. I'm sure you might be very strong. And to which Ebisu backs. I was like, no, that fair enough assessment. But I've got to be a ninja too, okay? Like, and you haven't even gone into the academy yet. You still got a lot to do. I'm sure if you give this guy an actual chance, he could actually teach you a lot of stuff. Because if you're not going to respect one sensei, how can I? And even if I wasn't, if you're not going to respect one sensei, how can I expect you to respect me? What, my boss? No, it's not like that. So, I know. And Naruto's being very, level-headed, and mature about this, which comes from Kushina. Because she taught him manners, taught him to have a good head on his shoulders. Ultimately, he's got him. He's a much more not logical, but just reasonable, level-headed individual. He can actually think things through here. Ultimately, ultimately Naruto says, look, you're gonna have to. There are no easy roads to becoming Hokage, Konohamaru. Just maybe I am a better sensei than Ebisu here. Maybe I'm not. But it wouldn't matter regardless. The road to Hokage is the long road, and if you want to be the Hokage, you're gonna have to go that long road. And so Konohamaru is like, all right, fine. Is like, yeah, well spoken, Uzumaki-san. I suppose, but Ebisu sensei, may I ask, what are you training Konohamaru in right now? It's like, right now we're doing the basics of chakra control and making sure his physicality's up to stuff. Yeah, that makes about sense, right? That makes sense right now. But I mean, once in a while, I might just suggest once in a while giving him something. Maybe not teaching him a ninjutsu, a ninja move, but just something a bit more advanced, just so he can actually, just so Konohamaru is able to keep focus, like tree walking or something. Tree walking? It's like, what's that? Because Naruto would definitely have the basic chakra control exercises down. Tree walking, water walking, he can do that all. Because Kushina would have stressed the F out of that, especially with their reserves. Larger reserve, harder is to control it. And then you have the Nine Tails chakra in there, which does not make it easy. That's why Kushina has stressed chakra control with her son. It's like, I suppose if it's a good way to keep him motivated, I suppose that's not a bad idea. And by the way, we're going to go all the way to the bell test. I spent way too much time on Konohamaru here. And I spent a lot of time just catching up on all the things, the house cleaning comments. Do you want to go outside, Pop? Do you want to go outside, Puppy Pop? One second. Okay. So we would catch up now to the, the team placements, everything there. Now, real quick, someone did mention that Ino probably would lean more towards Naruto, or Sakura leans more towards Sasuke. That is always kind of my thought. I mean, and you know what? And I think I will just do it. Ino is the fangirl of Naruto, whereas Sakura is the fangirl of Sasuke. This also means, though, that those two, again, have a better relationship here than they did in the original because they're not competing with each other. Maybe they're competing in terms of whose guy they like is cooler, better, all that. But ultimately, they are um, ultimately they are not. They're not like enemies here. They're more like rival teams. Like my team's better. And it's like, yeah, well, my team's got 0 wins or 0 losses and 17 wins. Yeah, my team has got may have only 3 losses, but they've got 27 wins. Yeah. So ultimately, that's kind of how the relationship is. But like, for example, they don't come in through the doors like they do originally. Like, safe. I got here at least a half a quarter inch. Everyone saw it at first. I don't see that happening. Furthermore, Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto sits next to Sasuke, and Sasuke, despite the fact he's still sullen, he's nowhere near as sullen. Like, instead of just having like the glare, he's more like an apathetic kind of like. Because he does the hand. I do this too, honestly, when I'm like thinking, like he's just doing like kind of just has his own thoughts instead of like just having the like pained look on his face, the angered look of just disdain on his face. It's more of just like apathy, just like And then he sees Naruto, like, and he does smile. But Naruto is one of the few people he actually can like give a smile for, because Naruto is closest thing to family he actually has. Him and Kushina. So I was like, Naruto, I was like, hey, man, how you doing? How you doing, Sasuke? All right, all right. Yeah, man, we're being ninja. Oh, this is awesome. I'm looking forward to this. Think we'll be on the same team? I hope so. I mean, we are the last Uzumaki, and Sasuke, thanks to Kushina and Naruto, is able to at least be a little bit more like about being the last Uchiha. Like, he hates being the last Uchiha. Like, it's again, his anger's still there, but it is being tempered a lot by the people in his life, which is good. But he still makes the comment of, he's like, well, we are the last of our clans, so it would make sense. And our clans have been pretty closely connected over the years, so it would make sense to put us on the same team. Yeah, it really would. All of a sudden they hear Sakura and Ino come through the door. I mean, maybe they still do it, try to get there, still competing in a friendly rivalry way. It's like, hey, Sasuke and Naruto. So it's like, and then they try to be like, but they realize they realize there's only one seat there, Sasuke and Naruto. And Naruto and Sasuke quickly see that, oh, look, the fan club's here. Wait, and they quickly realize, oh, no. I'm sitting next to the It's like, and then, it's like, oh, crap. And then, just as they're about to get there, Hinata sits down. Boom. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. It was a little too high up there. I was getting dizzy. She makes an excuse. Keep in mind, like I said, Naruto is actually in good standing with the Hyuga as well, and probably actually legitimately friends with Hinata. Like, I didn't really go in much into that, but because of just the nature of who Naruto is, and he's probably very just like friendly to Hinata, and he likes Hinata as a person. So, like, she doesn't fangirl him, she doesn't fawn over him. Mind you, she's very much crushing on him, but he's also kind of, like, they're obvious about their attraction to Naruto and Sasuke. So Naruto can figure that out easy. Hinata being a bit more quiet and reserved, I don't think, Naruto still probably wouldn't pick up on that immediately. Although, again, he likes Hinata. I could still see him thinking in his head, he thinks she's cute. And so basically it's like, it's like, no, Hinata, why? And so they basically just sit behind them to like be as close as possible. And so the teams get revealed. It's like Team 7. Now, this is the important thing. Remember that they do say that Naruto, you were the worst in the class. We put the best with the worst to balance it out, and then the best kunoichi of the year. Now, unfortunately, nothing would really change for that to not be Sakura, and nothing really. But the worst in the class, I mean, theoretically, that's Shikamaru, but the Shikacho's got to be a thing, unless we alter that a different what if. But trust me, there are what ifs that we can alter that with. But I do still think it would be Naruto. Team 7 would stay the same, because they would look at it normally as we'd put the best and the worst together. However, there was an exception made for this year. So you guys, so the second and number 2 and the number 1 are going to be on the same team together. And Naruto is just like, yeah. And so Naruto Uzumaki, huh? Sakura Haruno. It's like, huh? Which they're neutral about. And then Sasuke Uchiha. And then Sakura's like, yeah. And then Naruto's just like, ah, sweet, awesome. So we got to be on the same team. All right, your sensei will be Kakashi Hatake. Kakashi Sensei? And which Naruto perks up at that. Because there's no doubt in my mind, because this hasn't been brought up at all either. Someone brought, I haven't brought it up anyway. Kakashi probably has been a family friend to the Uzumaki. Like, he knows Naruto personally. They've hung out. Kushina, as someone basically said, Kushina's probably helped Kakashi with some of his PTSD. Like, he probably didn't join the root in this version. Because he was a part of the root for a little bit. That's kind of an effed up thing about Kakashi we don't consider. He was, in fact, a member of the root for a while. And let me tell you, peak Kakashi, like peak Kakashi is actually War Art Kakashi in terms of like how powerful he is. In fact, it might actually be it's probably War Art Kakashi only because he still has Kamui. If Kakashi had access to Kamui as Kage, but didn't have the Sharingan, like if he had still somehow had the technique without the issue of the Sharingan, oh, that is peak Kakashi in a nutshell right there. Oh, that is as strong as you get. But in terms of his early years, peak Kakashi is like right before he became a Jonin Sensei and started to lax a bit. And Kakashi in the Anbu and the Root is one of the most dangerous SOBs you are gonna meet at that time. But yeah, so he probably never joined the Root. He's still probably very strong. He's not weak or anything like that. In fact, if anything, Kushina probably actually helped him with training to keep him peaked in like a relative peak condition, so he would be able to help Naruto down the road. And he probably sees Kakashi Sensei as a big brother. One of the things Kakashi's probably been practicing is extra seals, just in case that something were to go wrong with the Nine Tails. So Kakashi says, "All right, Kakashi Sensei, now." And Sasuke's probably met Kakashi at least once. Like, wait, you know him? Oh yeah, Kakashi Sensei. He's a friend of my family. Yeah, and I've only met him a couple times, but yeah, he's exceptionally strong. We lucked out with this guy. And he's gonna be good. It's gonna be helpful for you too, Sasuke. Because he probably doesn't know about this. But why is that? Well, Kakashi does. Kakashi's the only one left in the village who actually has a Sharingan. Wait, he has a Sharingan? Wait, how could he be that? Wait, is he gonna? But he's a Take, not Uchiha. Yeah, he mentioned how he got it one time. Apparently, a friend of his passed away a long time ago, but before he died, Kakashi had lost his eye, and he gifted him his eye. It's like, really? Wow, that's intense. But that means there's someone who can actually help you with the Sharingan when you actually get it. It's like, that would be good. That would be beneficial. So they're waiting. Now, is Kakashi Sensei still late as F? I would say this. He's probably nowhere near as late. He's instead of being like a few hours late, he's maybe at best an hour late. And Naruto's not really surprised by this. Yeah, we should probably just, I'm gonna go order lunch. It's like, wait, what do you mean? Yeah, Kakashi Sensei has a habit of being a little late sometimes. And so he sends a clone out, gets some ramen for it. It's like, you guys want anything? I'm getting some ramen. It's like, and it's like, and I could do, and Sasuke, I could do, I like ramen. I was like, okay. And so he gets ramen, they're just eating ramen. Naruto's got like 5 bowls in front of him, whereas they got 1. It's like, how can you put that away? It's like, yeah, it's a special ability of the Uzumaki. And so eventually Kakashi goes, hey guys, well, hello there. Okay, Kakashi Sensei. Oh, I was pleasantly surprised to hear that I was going to be getting you this year for my team. All right then. All right then. No time like the present. Meet me on the roof in 5 minutes. It's like, all right, and they go, and so it's like, now, even though I know 2 of you pretty well, still we haven't met Sakura. So go around, tell your hopes and dreams. Go around, introduce yourselves. Your hopes and dreams for the future. Your likes, dislikes. And so they go around. Naruto explains, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. I like hanging out with my friends, training, and eating trying new Taichon. I really like the Iraki ramen or the ramen at Ichiraku, but I hate the 5 minutes at instant ramen. But I hate the 5 minutes you gotta wait for the ramen. And my dream is to be the next Hokage. Sakura still does the who I like that. She still does all that. And what do you hate? Now she doesn't say Naruto here. She just says maybe she doesn't even hate Ino. Honestly, who she hates is what she hates is probably irrelevant from this. Now, when Sasuke answers the question, he's nowhere near as like dark and gritty and emo and edgy. No, he's nowhere near that. More, he's probably my name is Sasuke Uchiha. I enjoy hanging out with my friend and getting stronger. And he does say friend. Like Naruto really kind of is his only friend. Naruto has other friends, but Sasuke really is his only. Sasuke is Naruto. Sorry, Naruto is Sasuke's real only friend. I enjoy training and hanging out with my friends. And I'm trying to remember what else he said. It's like I don't like, I dislike a lot. I dislike a lot of stuff. And there's also a lot of things I dislike too. And my dream is not a dream. My dream is goal. I'm going to avenge my clan, and I'm going to avenge my clan, and I think he's going to say I'm going to avenge and get justice for my clan, and restore my clan and get. I think it's going to be I'm going to restore my clan and get justice for what was done to them. And Sasuke's so hot. Oh dear God, I still remember that. Oh God, so hot. Anyway, all right, you're all individual, you're all unique with your own ideology. All right, so meeting on training ground 7, and and try not to eat lunch or your breakfast or breakfast or you'll puke. And so that being said, that being said, when he leaves, Naruto explains what they're probably going to be doing. It's probably going to be the bell test. It's like the bell test. Yeah, I mean, he knows, but he knows I know, so it's very possible he might try something different. But on the off chance he tries something, and if he tries something different, I can't do anything about that. But the belt is essentially he's going to try to pit us against each other, but really he's just going to try to be testing how we work together as a team. So we're going to have to really show him what we can do as a team. So let's just break down everything we're capable of doing. And so he explained that they each go down their roster of abilities. Sasuke knows fire style jutsu, even knows a couple seals thanks to Naruto. Naruto's very well versed in the seals, even at this young of age. He also has his adamantine chains, and shadow clone jutsu. He has not learned the Rasengan yet. I think his mom is saving Rasengan for a little later down the road. And Sakura explains that she really just has the 3 academy jutsu. And Naruto's like, Tell you what. Tell you what, why don't I can show you a few things real quick. It's like, well, I'm like right now? Absolutely. Yeah, it's real quick. I can show you a couple seals that could be really helpful. And then he just shows the seals, all that. Just like basic storage seals. That way you'll be able that, and he just kind of uses chakra. And here's the thing: seals, you can tattoo seals on you. I imagine also you can just kind of like use basic ninjutsu, like use chakra to burn the seal pattern into you. So yeah, you can basically it's a storage seal. You can do what you need. You can just store whatever you want here. It's like, oh wow, this is really easy. So yeah, they're basic seals, but they're really effective. Also, and I think he saves explosive tags for later, but having explosive tags on her, she as a ninja makes sense. So when they get there, now then, and Naruto is like, oh, and sorry, let me back up. Because I'm now starting to just stutter over story points here. So they get there eventually. Kakashi, again, not as late as he normally would be. And so they're ready to go. And Kushina Naruto probably told Kushina, oh, we got Kakashi today. He's doing the bell test, I bet. He always does the bell test. Well, then make sure to eat a big breakfast. I was like, yep. So they get there. They're ready. And is all right. Now, and so Kakashi kind of looks at us like, I'm sure Naruto already informed you what this test is going to be. So then, let's just see. Can you work as a... But, that being said, I could also see him just not saying anything. He's probably aware Naruto told them, but he wants to test the resolve regardless. Man, sorry, I had a little gunk in my throat there. Ooh, actually, a little gunk in my chest, but I'm good. And so, they disappear initially, but Naruto, uses a smoke bomb, and then 3 clones pop out of Naruto. It's like, oh, coming at me already, Naruto. Well, I would have thought Kushina would have taught you better than the chakra chains come out. Then that, and just poof. And he knows immediately, even though he could straight out beat Naruto, those chakra chains are no joke. Like, even for Naruto to just have 4 chakra chains at this age is nothing short of, like, what the hell. And Naruto can Doc Ock it, or he can literally, like, Spider-Man his chains. So, he's got the chains start disappearing, pop out of his hands. Kakashi's like, nope, can't take the clone. These are all clones, so I can't take the Naruto lightly. Just boom, 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 pops these guys out of existence. Meanwhile, the gang is like has worked on a strategy. They probably worked on a strategy early on. So Sasuke comes in, fire style, fireball jutsu. It's like, Genin can't do fire jutsu. There's no way. And then the fireball comes in, just saying, oh, is that really the best you can? Is that really the best you're going to be able to do, Sasuke? He does the underground mole technique, I believe. Except he pops out, or headhunter jutsu. It's like, where'd he go? I'm where you least expect, below you, only for not chains to come up. And then Kakashi's hand to miss it. Wait a minute. And he sees the chains grabbing Sasuke, lifting him up, throwing Sasuke back in the air. Got you! And just throws like kunai right at him with explosive attacks. And then all of a sudden, more explosive attacks kunai come out from the sides. Sakura releases the stored kunai she had in the as she's basically jury-rigged a trap. And then Naruto, basically using his chains along with seals, basically uses a kind of like a type of paralysis seal. Like the seal matrix comes like he's doing a hands on. The seal matrix wraps around his chains. It's like a seal matrix around his chains. I cannot let those things hit me. Unfortunately, and I'm guessing though that's the real Naruto. So, water vortex jutsu, and just it's like whoa, and they all kind of get like soaked. Naruto's chakra chains, those still burst out, and one is able to grab Kakashi's arm, and he can suddenly feel his arm seize up. Fortunately, though, he actually decides just to do a Raikiri and just use chakra against chakra to kind of like snap the chain. Just and now, luckily, because he just lets the chakra fade in. Because here's the thing: when you see someone use a Raikiri, a Chidori, or a Rasengan, but not actually use the attack, we have to wonder where that chakra goes. Does it dissipate, or does it like re-enter their system? I assume it's like a portion of the chakra re-enters the system a little bit. But yeah, at least Kakashi basically had to. It was actually given very little choice here. He's like, nope, can't let that thing latch on. Can't let the rest of them latch on to me either. Just boom, snaps the chain with a lightning blade, and then and then finally Naruto and Sakura and Sasuke are ready. She's got kunai in her hand. Sasuke's got another fire style ready. Naruto's got his chains ready, and then the bell rings. Well, how about that? Who knows what would have happened here if you had been able to actually, if the bell had gone on much longer. I would have actually had to really put some effort in. I might have actually had to take you guys a lot more seriously. Because keep in mind, as long as he's actually not using his Sharingan, he is not using up chakra. So, because Kakashi actually, even his normal reserves are... Kakashi was described as having average reserves, but it's because the Sharingan used up a lot of chakra. And then in Shippuden, he had much larger reserves. And then when he lost his Sharingan, he had access to all that chakra. So he ultimately, he's able to maintain himself pretty well while he's not using his Sharingan. So with that said, though, they still eat lunch. I don't think anyone's tied to a pole. Although, no, Kakashi still probably wants to test the resolve regardless, just to be sure. So he makes an excuse of who gets tied to the pole, or the stump. And then they feed them regardless, and you broke the rules, and that's, you pass. truth be told, you had already passed prior, showing your teamwork. But I really wanted to test your resolve just to be safe. You guys pass. And so there, Jesus, I don't know why I suddenly got all this gunk in my throat. And so ultimately, that is where we end part 2. I spent way too much time recapping a bunch of stuff from last chapter. I spent way too much time on Konohamaru, to be honest. But regardless, we are here. We're now in the mix of it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you on Sunday for the next one.